Well. Looks like some people are starting to take notice of Oklahoma's defense. As I seen an article today, and these are the same people that were scoffing and laughing at Brent Venables when he said he was going to bring back the yesteryear of the Oklahoma defensive prowess. And after their performance against Auburn, where they basically won the game for Oklahoma, down by 11, pick six really wins the game for them. It looks like going into this off week, heading to Texas and Dallas, looks like the Oklahoma defense is budding on that great prowess that they once had back in the day. Let's talk about it. The heat is on, just like that old song from the Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack by Glenn Frey. The heat is on college football season as it gets into the second leg, in my opinion, the second semester of college football. And the heat may be on those Texas Longhorns coming up as Oklahoma looks like it's trying to get its footing. Already great on defense. Looks like the offense is trying to come around too. But before we get to all that, here they come once again, riding on in. It's the Outlaw Posse. Now, in effect, in today's Four Horsemen shout-outs go to Alpha Dragon Gaming FTW, Sydney Long, Denizen, and Dale Sint are mounted up, saddled up, and ready to go. They're going to help us with today's college football invasion. Also, if you want to contact me for any ideas for the show or possibly be on the show, I can be reached on X at OCF Productions. Now, getting right to it here. Saw an article today, made me say, like Arsenio Hall show used to say, I like to reference from time to time. Things that make you go, These same people that were laughing at Oklahoma, saying that there was no way that Oklahoma would ever be able to find a modicum of a defense again. Looks like they may be about to be proven wrong, as Oklahoma basically won that game with defense last week. It's pretty scary how they turned that whole game around just on defense. But as you can see right here, this column right here from Oklahoma Sooners on SI, nobody is laughing at the Oklahoma defense now. It took time, but just like he's done everywhere he's been, Brent Venables has rebuilt the Sooners defense into a fearsome unit once again. Almost halfway through his third season as head football coach, it's probably okay to say it. Brent Venables has changed the DNA at Oklahoma. These Sooners can lean on their defense, as they did last week. And as they did somewhat against Tennessee, although Tennessee will have you believe that they backed off and that Josh Heupel felt sorry for his alma mater. Yeah, whatever. Josh, shut the hell up. As opposed to, the other thing, which was Lincoln Riley. Not being something that people make fun of or laugh at, Venables said. These were his words after OU went on the road and reeled in their first SEC win in program history. By the way, technically speaking, here's a nice little nugget for y'all to throw at those Texas long turds. Oklahoma won that game before Texas completed their game against Mississippi State. So Oklahoma technically got their first SEC win before the Texas long turds. So there's that. All right, moving on down here, Venables helped construct some of the best defenses in the history of the sport as he played a key role in breathing life into dead programs. Listen, this is pretty impressive. At Kansas State, now before he got to Kansas State, him and Bill Snyder, Kansas State had the worst winning percentage of all time in college football of any level. Division I, Division I AA, as it was called back in the day, Division III, NAIA, worst winning percentage of all time, and they go into Kansas State and turn that thing around. Him and Bill Snyder. Reanimating the corpse that was OU in the late 1990s and resurrecting a Clemson defense that was DOA as well. All three programs have become a joke. K-State was regarded as the worst program in the sport Leading up to the Bill Snyder era, Oklahoma had its worst stretch in a century of football before Bob Stoops arrived and Brent Venables comes with him. And Clemson was going somewhere, or they meant to say nowhere, was going nowhere under Dabo Swinney, but not with a defense that had just given up 70 points to West Virginia in the Orange Bowl and helped coin a new verb to describe creative ways to lose, the term called Clemsoning, which they overcome that. They actually won 2 national championships, so that's neither here nor there anymore. In all 3 cases, Venables stepped into a joke of a defense and made everyone stop laughing. Now, after Kip Lewis's game-winning interception return for a touchdown and Mason Thomas's 2 game-clinching quarterback sacks, it's safe to say that Venables has done it again in Norman. This Oklahoma team wins games with defense. It's been a while since the Sooner Nation could make that proclamation. Even though Auburn had the football last in a 6-point game, even though the Tigers had moved the ball against the Sooners earlier in the game, it never felt like they would score on either of their final 3 possessions. Spin that back to the feeling of 2014, 2018, or even 2022. Would anyone have had the confidence the Sooners would survive Auburn's last possession? No way. So, as you can see there, that article about sums it up. So those people that were doubting Brent Venables in Oklahoma after a porous offensive effort against Tennessee, the defense did hold Tennessee's offense 25 points. And I don't give a shit what they say. They didn't back off. That was because he was scared. He might have backed off because he was scared, but he didn't back off because he wanted to not run a score up on Oklahoma as his alma mater, like some people may try to lead you to believe that they felt sorry. For Oklahoma, that's not the case. They were scared of that defense because the defense already turned them over a couple of times in the first half. The offense just couldn't capitalize on it. If they brought Hawkins into the game earlier, who knows what would happen? Maybe they would have even won that game. But Texas people and a lot of these pundits out there, they don't sound as sure of themselves as they used to, especially after how down there in Auburn, which is always a boogaboo for a lot of blue bloods. Their offense started looking a little bit better against Auburn, and now they got an off week to prepare for Texas. So it would not surprise me if this game's a lot closer than people think. I don't know what the line is on it right now. I'm assuming it's probably going to be between 13 and 17 points for Texas. If I had to take a gander or a guess right now, at least 11 probably. Maybe not that much. If they're wise, they won't. If Vegas is wise, they won't push it past 7 or 8. Because it would not surprise me if Michael Hawkins, he's got a whole 2 weeks to get his feet under him. He's done got indoctrinated and baptized by fire in Auburn. That this guy might come out and start, getting his bearings about him as a quarterback. And if that happens, and he's not got to be a great, outstanding quarterback, but if he's just a serviceable quarterback that can not make mistakes and just basically be a game manager, I know a lot of people hate that term, Oklahoma could definitely pull off the biggest surprise of the season, most likely, and to most people, and maybe upset Texas. We shall see. All I can say is they didn't think that Oklahoma had a chance last year to beat Texas after getting beat by Texas 2 years ago, 49-0, and we'll see what happened in that game. The defense, if they can turn the ball over like they've been doing against people all year, who knows? And if I'm Texas, I'm hoping Quinn Ewers plays in this game because Arch Manning, if he plays in this game, he has not seen a defense like Oklahoma's yet. He's already got spoiled by playing La Monroe and these 2 weak teams that he played, Mississippi State. And to go from Mississippi State and La Monroe to having to play Oklahoma's defense might traumatize poor old Arch Manning. So they better hope Quinn Ewers is available. Because if Quinn Ewers is not available, I definitely think that Oklahoma can rattle Arch Manning. And that's all I got to say about that. If you don't mind, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. It's the Big Four, and they're all free. Also, there's a heart down here with a little money dollar sign in the middle if you want to make a one-time donation program. Help keep the lights on. Smash that heart. Throw a few dollars in the coffers. Also, you can join Outlaw Posse for $2.99 a month. It's just 75 cents a week. You'll get your little badge. You'll be deputized. You'll be an Outlaw Posse. You get a random Four Horseman shout-out as well as possibly the comment of the day. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.